Gotcha. Well, yeah, Sansa's journey is interesting. So we're about 55 minutes in. Last thing I want to touch on is in my opinion, the best part of this season is the battle at the wall, and this is literally where I'm like, okay, Jon Snow actually is a guy. Like he's actually a real one
Bro.
because like this entire time, season 1 through 3, Jon Snow has been the dumbest character in the world. But season 4, Jon Snow is a real one, leading the charge and dealing with what was the captain that was on the wall that was like, "There's no such thing as giants and people, and that's all myths." And he's all scared, and then Jon Snow's like, "Yeah, just go take care of. They need you down there." And he's like, "We gotta do this. Take care of the giants. There's blah 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 blah." Like, I love this battle at the wall and him dealing with like the different people because it was I don't know. It just showed his prominence. It showed that Jon Snow is actually a real one. And this is like for me, this is a season where I actually became a fan of Jon Snow. So I'm like, bro, he is real. I know Brendan White's been waiting for something like this, but
Bro.
anybody want to comment on the battle at the wall, which was absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, it was like you said, it was a fantastic fight. The whole Jon Snow leading the charge, and
The
he was
build up
smart.
was good too. The build up
Oh,
of like the thins and everything, like coming
yeah,
up because you have both sides you have to take care of. Like the thins on one side, which the thins eating humans. I was like, this is creepy as shit. But sorry, let me cut you off, E man. But that's
but the way they took care of the guy that you're talking about, the Lord Commander, and then Janos Slint, which I never liked him anyway. But whenever they said, "Hey, they need you down bottom," then he just ran away. I was
yeah,
like, "That
Slint.
no, that was the second in command. I forgot
Yeah,
the title.
who hid in the closet with
Yeah,
the girl.
Yeah,
And
yeah, yeah. And I
exactly.
don't remember his name, but I know who you're talking about.
yeah,
But my favorite part was when he had like two loyal. Jon Snow had two loyal friends or two loyal guys with him, and he sent one of them. He's like, "I need you to hold the giant," and I was like, "Man, to go down and have to fight against a giant, how scary is that?"
bro.
And he held it, took down the giant, and I was like, "Ooh,
To his
that was
death, fought to
to
his death.
Mm.
Yep. So man, look, this that battle was fire. Man, it was a great scene, great battle. It was epic. I've been telling y'all, Jon Snow has a purpose, right? Like I knew he was a spy. We talked about this in the last recording. He's like, what is he doing? I'm like, he's a spy. He's not really trying to. He ain't down for the wildlings. Of course, y'all knew this, of course, but I'm just saying, like, bro, I knew he had an arc, man. Like he is coming into his own. He has a purpose. Like he ran that fucking shit, and he was like, look, you ain't seen giants, man. Like that damn tunnel ain't gonna protect him. Like, you better listen to me. And then he just started like, look, I'm just gonna start training these motherfuckers. You can say what you want. Like, we gotta get prepared because I know what's coming. You don't. And he ran the fucking ship, man. And then when that second in command guy got injured or whatever, and they hauled his ass away, look, Jon Snow held it down.
He did.
Held it down.
He did. I agree.
He's the real one, like you said. But I've been knowing that. I've been knowing he's a real one, bro.
Terry, any comments? You're quiet. Any comments?
Yeah, I mean it was super cool. I really like the giants. I don't know why. I was like, these are like some different creatures that are like they're like look like they're supposed to be there. They're not like CGI or weirdos, like, you know. So I thought that was really cool. This is definitely the turning point for Jon Snow for me. I feel like a big thing that's helped him going forward, that's gonna help him is Ingrid dying. Sorry, I know that's y'all's favorite character, but I feel like now he's that attachment's gone, and now he can thrive because he's not so tied down anymore.
That was one of the saddest parts because Jon Snow is out there kicking ass. Like when he comes down that
Yeah.
elevator shaft and starts kicking ass, I was like, "Look at this dude! Like this is." When
Yeah.
I watched the first time, I was like, "This is the person that I thought I'd see out the gate." I did not. We just saw this. I don't. Anyways, but that was pretty cool. And then when they released the wolf and the wolf's like you said the perspective of like the wolf running through, and like that battle was pretty cool. But when I saw Ygritte, I was like, oh, here we go. Here we go. And then the little boy killed, which was kind of hilarious. Like it kind of plays for like they killed his dad, and then he ends up killing her in that season, which is crazy. But it, like that death, man, I was touched because like that's one of the first love stories like that plays out in the show, and so just like and then her saying, "You know nothing, Jon Snow." I was like, here, that was a great scene. Like everything just like was just so fantastic. Like him fighting the King of the Finns was fantastic too. Like it was chef's kiss. I just feel like that the Battle of the Wall was fantastic.
Yeah.
Any comments before I move on to my next point within this?
Well, I just want to talk about Ygritte. So did y'all, since y'all saw this already, when the first time you watched it, did you think that that boy killed Ygritte just to defend Jon Snow, or was there more to it?
Just to defend Jon Snow. I don't think he remembered. I don't think he remembered her.
I think so. I think so because I went back and looked at it, bro, and like they kept showing from his perspective. She was the only character, the only wildling that he really noticed and was focused on. I think he killed her. Just
maybe maybe he did. I just don't think it. Like I just remember him giving like a nod to Jon Snow. Like, yeah, I did that.
There's that part of it too. But then I think he wanted to take her out, and he saw the opportunity.
Oh, I felt like it was just like I'm doing something. I'm helping. Like I killed someone.
Because he was helping it. He was getting people up and down the thing. He was cranking it.
Cranking that soldier boy.
Yeah, getting people up and down the thing. Child labor. So here's my next point is, so as awesome as that battle was, I hated the finish of the army of the North, because how it like I feel like it was the most lackluster ending. You have this ginormous army. This is the North. You have 100 people in this wall that have to defend them. They're gonna have to defend them night after night after night. They know they basically know they've lost. They won one battle, but the war they know they're gonna lose because there's no way they can defeat everybody. Jon Snow goes north to talk to the King of the North. I forget his name. And then Stannis shows up and then murders everybody and captures them. Like literally, I was watching the show. Like I remember literally, I was watching the season, and I'm like, how do they escape this? Because I'm like, there's no way they survive. They do survive. I remember watching. I know they survive. But I'm like, if there's that many people, how do they survive this barrage every single night? And then I was watching, and I was like, what happens? And then Stannis shows out, and I'm like, that's so lackluster of a finish. Like, so I don't know what else I wanted to happen, but I just didn't like that. Did you guys have any thoughts on like how it ended, like the war against the North and the Wall or whatever?
I feel the same way. I didn't like the way it ended, especially with Stannis. Is like, you're still not king, but you're acting like a king. So he just comes and takes over the situation, not knowing what the situation is. And I don't know at all. And I don't know. I like you, I didn't like the way it ended.
It's like, where does Stannis even come from? How did he get that far north? They didn't tell that story at all. Mm-hmm. He just shows up. I'm like, I literally was like, whose army is this? Because I did not remember. But Tiara, you were saying something? You were about to say something?
Oh, I was going to say that I just don't like Stannis. I feel like he's so unnecessary. It's like, oh, we're going to start all these problems, but then like, oh, we got to retreat and do more planning. That's not going to work again. And it's just like, I don't know, you're just like inserting yourself, and it's clear that you're not fit to rule anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't, I was definitely like, whose fucking army is this? Like, where do you come from then? Then it just didn't make sense. Like, why Stannis was showing up? I was like, why? Like, for what? Like, yeah, it didn't make sense to me. So I wasn't feeling it. It was lackluster.
The reason why is he still wants to be king, but he realized taking over King's Landing is not the best way. He's like, let me take over the North first, and let's march down to King's Landing. Like that's his thought process. But to go all the way to the wall first, it's kind of crazy. But I think he was trying to find somebody at the wall. Like he was trying, like a general or somebody or something like that.
Well, if you remember, the Maester from the wall sent out messages to all the kingdoms, and the red woman read the note and it said of the incoming threat of the White Walkers. So he turned around and told Stannis like, you're going to be king still, but you need to go to the north first. So that's why he went north. Yeah. But that's all I remember. But I think his army was the Golden Army because he did go to was it Bravo?
Yeah, he had hired people. But it was just so random. Like that was very interesting. My Wi-Fi apparently is not good right now.
They didn't do a good job of building that. I mean, because like the last thing we really saw about that, I mean, we know they got denied by the Iron Bank or whatever. But with that help, so like where they get this freaking army from?
Well, that's what he got from Bravos. Like that was they ended up working something out. I don't know the exact like details, but he also still had a good army. Like he still had people backing him. It's also like they never tell like, okay, like you just have these people come out of the woodworks. Like, oh, they have this army out of nowhere. Like where's Tywin's army just chilling at? Like where are they at? You know, like anyways.